Hello everyone, so welcome back to another stream. I'm just going to put the lights on and then away we go. Whoa! That moment I turn on the lights and everything just goes through the roof. Let's there we go. I said that moment where I'm blinding everybody. Right, let's just get ready here and then away we go. Exam gang confirms as sin. Okay. Just finishing getting set up in the background here. Get my drink and everything else. And we are good to go. Also trying to remember where I put my glasses. I'm sat here looking for them and I can't remember where the hell I put them. Great start here. So we'll be continuing with the Gyan. Once I get everything. Great. That moment where I think I had the glasses like 2 seconds ago. Kind of worrying that I don't know where they are, but okay, let's roll with it. They are probably around here somewhere. Probably. So I was working on the legs. We'll just do the legs for now. I'm still wondering what the hell they are. They're going to be like right in front of me or whatever. Just can't see them right off the bat here now, so... G-Dash says, is this the Gyan? Yeah, this is Nugs, this one. Ooh, these are the work in progress parts. So, I was up to cleaning these up and filing them down. So let's get through this, shall we? I'm just gonna go ahead here and start working on them and actually wonder where the hell my glasses are at the same time. Maybe I should have started the stream with the glasses after I'd found them rather than just kind of chilling out and not finding them. Not a big deal, but you know, it'd be good if I could have them. Okay, hey X-Man. Nice to see you again. So, might be a little bit closer to the camera than usual here, just to try and see stuff. Trying to smooth off these surfaces here. That nub kinda looks a bit crap. Hope you're not pushing yourself to the exam. No, it's just the glasses. I need to find out what the hell they are. Like, I just quickly had a look around. I always have this problem where I'll put something down and then I won't be able to find it later on. And it's because I've moved stuff around. And, honestly, I just can't find them. Really weird. Really weird. yeah, I'm just enjoying this at the moment. Again, all these parts are nice and round. I'm just going to make sure that they're sanded down properly, because if I don't, then later on when I try and cover them up, it's not going to be pretty. Okay. I think the end is good there. Roughly. Okay. So that's that done. Let's head here, grab that. Put that in there, then work on the next one. Okay. Taking these nubs off here is pretty easily. Should really put the headset on as well, so I don't miss out on that. Honestly, I'm still kind of wondering about the background here. If half this stream is me finding my glasses, I'm not going to be happy. Okay. Did you actually get new files? No, I didn't, unfortunately. Still the same ones. I'm back, I found them. I had to go into the bedroom and potentially wake Jen up for them, but wasn't good. I feel really bad about that as well. Don't know why they were up there, considering I was using them before. Really weird. Yeah, I've not got new files yet. I need to do that. I keep on trying to remind myself and then I just don't. I don't know. And I need to put the headset on. I'm all over the place tonight. There we go. So yeah, I'm all over the place and it is not good. Okay. The back of this leg has got some like crazy armor on it. When one loses an item, they seem to move on their own. I think the thing is, it's like normally I put everything within reach of me, or somewhere that's normally within reach of me wherever I am. But it's like, I was using them downstairs before, and the next minute I just find them upstairs. It's like, oh, okay, fair enough. I must have moved them there at some point. I can't remember why, but I must have moved them. Oh, right. I'll order those files in a bit as well. I just don't know where to order some from, to be honest. I could always get some off Amazon, but don't know how well they'd be. Like, if anybody's got any recommendations on files, then by all means, otherwise I'll probably end up going to Amazon. The only reason I'm resisting Amazon at the moment is because it is absolutely full up of knockoff Chinese stuff that they try and push as legit stuff. And it doesn't tend to be as good quality. Oh, come on. These nubs here on these rounded surfaces are terrifying to clean up, because if I don't get them just right, they're going to stand out like a sore thumb. Ooh, come on now. Got this one here, I have to kind of round the edge at the same time to make sure it doesn't completely mess up the part. Do you get specific files, or will any do? I mean, I want fine ones, you know, that are good for Gunpla. Like fine, smooth ones. Not too smooth. I don't want to actually take off some material with them, but I don't want to be taking off too much material. The idea is to like slowly go at this over time until it looks like it's okay, and then we're good. Like, that's fine now. Okay. Trying to make sure that I get this just right. I'm gonna file this around the back of the leg here so it doesn't do it flat against the face. Okay, that looks okay. I think we're good here. Maybe just a little bit more up here. Okay. That's looking pretty decent. Do all these purple parts first. Oh, come on now. Ooh. Just trying to make sure I don't have to sand down too much here, but I know some of these nubs were a little bit awkward and kind of exploding in my hands, you know, so I usually get makeup store ones in some of the similar files. Huh. Like with these ones, I got them in a kit from eBay, I think it was. I don't know where the hell they got them from, but I'm assuming they're just standard files. Yeah, they could just be standard makeup ones. I'll have to have a look. I'm not too bothered as long as they work and they do the job well, you know. Like a building kit, yeah. It was a kit that had the tweezers, a knife, the nippers, and some other stuff in. A really tiny one. It's pretty cool though. Got it ages ago as a present from my dad when it was like one Christmas. When I was doing a load of Gunpla. I can't remember which Christmas it was or what kits I had at the time. I think it might have been IBO. I think it might have been the Barbatus. By the way, has anybody seen the IBO meme on Twitter for that Japan have done? Because I was gonna actually contribute to it. It's sort of the IBO Build Divers meme. Come on now. Let's go over that once more with a knife. And then we'll call that part done. I don't think I've seen it. Okay, so to explain it, the meme is basically having a laugh at the expense of bile because, you know, it's typed up to be this amazing thing, and then when McGillis gets his hands on it, he basically doesn't really seem to use it to the best of its abilities, or at least it doesn't live up to its legend. Well, it's like it's the same thing. They show off bile from Build Divers, but the new one is making bile look as if it's from IBO, and then having May just slam the two fists of the Neo Xeon 2 into it from either side. It's pretty funny. I was going to do a version of it because everyone else seems to be doing these versions where it's kind of a long-winded fight sequence. What I was going to do was literally just have the bile show up and then just have May slam him in like 2 frames. Just so it's like a really, really fast sort of cut that makes it look really funny. Like I said, I might get in on that before the meme dies, because it's at its peak right now. If you go and look at like Build Divers Re-Rise stuff, you'll see it. Hey Ryuki Sky Knight. What's interesting is Bile is very scary in Max Boost, but in the animes it's a joke. Yeah, it's like they hyped up Bile so much. I'm doing fine, Ryuki, by the way. How are you doing? They hyped Bile up so much. It's another problem I have with IBO. It was so much hype. It was meant to be the key pivotal point of IBO. It's supposed to be this godly strong mobile suit, at least from what McGillis says. And instead it's a close range mobile suit with apparently unbreakable swords that just gets defeated really, I wouldn't say really easy, but it gets defeated easily. Freaking Galio puts the drill of the Vidar, the Chimera's Vidar straight through its cockpit. You know, you could say, oh okay, it's not designed to fight Gundam frames, it's designed to fight mobile armors. I don't see how. The only thing it has is its nano laminate armor and its 2 swords for it, and its mobility. No, the only thing it has going is its mobility. I don't even think it uses its projectile weapons at all in the show, because it's supposed to have some in the wing binders, I think. It's like the whole deal with them not releasing many other kits from the Calamity War. I'm actually hoping we'll get some of them, because we're getting the Grammary now. Can't wait for that kit. Gonna build that up. Not built a Gundam frame in ages. Ooh, that moment where I'm rocking my desk here. Galio with his spiral energy that pierced the heavens. I know, right? I liked that fight because it showed the speed and severity of stuff. You know, was pretty nice to be able to see them kind of flying around the battlefield really fast. I wish they'd done kind of like Wing did with its final sequence where you had Epion versus Wing Zero, and they were kind of spiraling inside of a tunnel sequence, which looked really, really good animated. I would have liked to have seen something like that and have them actually sort of fight inside the hangar of the half-beak ship. Ryuki says, doing good, just got my new headset, it's crazy. It has noise isolation microphones, no background noise, and deep 3D stereo sound. Almost feels like I'm in a theatre. Nice. How much did that set you back, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just making sure this is filed down as smooth as it can be. So I don't want any imperfections on these suits, you see, but I don't want to also take away from the surface detail. Because if I'm sanding this down so much that I'm losing like the beveled edges, that's going to be terrible. It's actually fine now. That looks and feels really smooth. The same with the other side. The nubs are still there, but I have a feeling that if I just paint over them, we'll be good. Okay. I've already been going 22 minutes, jeez. About 15 of that was me trying to find my glasses. Wonder whether I should save up and get some god nippers or something, that'd be fun. You know, the god hand nippers. Jeez, that left such a mark on the part there. I don't know whether you guys can see that. Let's try and... That nub that's just the end of a fingernail? Let's try and move it closer to the camera there. It's so big on the part. And it actually goes in a little bit. That's going to take a little bit of filing. At the moment when you try and cut something flush and it just goes crazy. I got it on Amazon. Original price is $70, but the sale price was $26, and I had a coupon to lower the price down even more. Ooh, nice. Nice, well done. Always going to save money, no matter how you can. What's the make on him anyway? Freaking desk here is like knocking into the computer desk. You can probably hear it. Let's try and move it slightly. There we go. It's a little bit better. Feels smooth now. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Okay, now we've got this Surface Bengu Pro Gaming headset. I don't think I've ever heard of them. Hope it's good quality for what it is. Considering I started the stream turning around and being like, oh yeah, you know, be careful of what I get on Amazon just in case I get any cheap Chinese knockoff stuff, you know. Like, I hope it's alright. Come on. last night's stream we had a good talk about G Gundam, which I really enjoyed. Sat here just filing this freaking part down and hoping that the nub is fine. Come on. Okay, I'm going over it with the finger. That feels real smooth, like real nice. You can still see the nub, but again, with paint going over the top of it, it's not too bad. It's the same with, I think this surface will just give it a little bit of a filing down at the end here. A friend of mine bought a Kingdom Hearts action figure and it was a bootleg, says Exram. Oof. Whenever I try buying stuff online now, I try and buy it from the actual store, unless I can't, and then it's a case of going to eBay and hoping to dear God it's not a bootleg, you know. Like recently, like at the beginning of the year, I got myself something to link into a very interesting discovery I made, and it was a figure. You know, I'm going to be putting it up in the display cabinet eventually. I just hope that's not a bootleg, because I paid so much for it. Okay, that is nicely filed now. Absolutely love parts being smooth. The best part is it has universal compatibility, so it can be used on my PS4, Switch, that I'm getting soon, and a PC and laptop as well. Ooh. Handy. Let's make sure nothing goes flying here. We're gonna do the front skirts here now. This is gonna leave some nubs, which we're gonna have to clean off anyway. So it's dark plastic. I absolutely hate dark plastic because it's so hard to work with, and you might as well just freaking try and cut the nub off and then repaint it. You know, like, because I hate having imperfections on these things. So it's best with this kind of stuff, just trying to plan ahead, colour match the path, and then away we go. You know, because then you don't have to worry too much. But because these are all custom colour schemes that we're having on the suits, it's not going to be bad. It's just a case of making sure everything is properly cleaned up. That one I can go over a little bit with the sander, or the file. Sander? What? Don't even know what I was saying there. Oh, okay. This one needs to be filed as well because of how much plastic was left over after I tried taking the section of the runner off. Have you ever needed to sharpen your Gunpla knife? This one, not really. I suppose having a fresh one would be nice. I suppose I should treat myself, really. I don't think I've changed any of this stuff in like at least 4 years. Oh, I've gotten some decent mileage out of it in terms of its use. So I think I'm going to need to upgrade. And there goes the music. Hey Kaiser, I'm not dying as hard as yesterday. I mean, I'm hoping you're not dying at all, dude. It's gone alright. How you doing anyway? Yesterday, like we were saying, we had that really good chat about GBO. Not GBO, sorry. G Gundam. Really enjoyed that chat. Exam says, I got a knife recently and it lost its sharpness real fast. Oof. Doesn't sound like a good knife. If it loses its sharpness that fast, no. Ooh. Okay, I know I'm doing this slightly off to the off center here, but it's not going too bad there. Let's switch this over and see if that helps. G Gundam is a great show. Gundam designs galore, says X-Ram. I just love how they keep throwing it in the Divers and Fighters series as like a major reference, or at least loads of points of reference. It's like they're sneaking it in everywhere. It's crazy. I actually, without looking at the wiki for the series, I started cataloging all the times they'd referenced it, and even like in like the first couple of episodes, it's absolute insanity. It's like a load of background stuff or like one-time usage of certain mobile suit variations. But it was nuts. Like if you do your actual research, go in and have a look at Build Fighters Try, Build Divers, and Re-Rise there. See how many times they've referenced G Gundam. It is nuts. It's like Bandai's trying to tell me something here. It's like, you know how they did the anniversary for 00, I think it was, and they did the perfect grade Exia for it. It's like, you trying to tell me you're gonna do a perfect grade God Gundam? Because if you do, I'm gonna be a little bit freaked out. I would love a perfect grade God Gundam though. That would go nice next to my high res one and my high grade. I'm still half tempted to get the old master grade for the Shining in the God Gundam. Still need to get the high grade Master Gundam as well. I blame Robert for this. I really do blame Robert for it. I have an unhealthy obsession with G Gundam. But then again, I was into it before Robert. Like, Robert did his reviews and stuff. It's just that Robert happened to be like, check it out, I love it, and it's awesome, and these are the kits, and they're awesome. It was like, oh yes, I do agree, good sir. Kaiser says, I entered Gundam Info contest to get that spotlight case they have. Oh, nice. Hope you win, Kaiser. There's a load of, you know, like when you file the plastic down, you get all the plastic dust all over everything. I've got that everywhere. I miss Robert. I wish he was still around as exam. The thing is, wasn't he working at like HLJ or something? I can't remember. I swear somebody said at one point he was working at HLJ in his actual comments. It might not be correct, but. But yeah, he was one of the more fun review guys. All these knobs. All these freaking knobs on rounded dark plastic. Apparently he does written reviews for them, so X-Ram. Nice. He made it big after reviewing multiple Gunpla sets. Not just kits. It's actually cool where he landed that gig. I'll have to check him out and see where his most recent review is. Because if he writes stuff in the same way that he was doing videos, then that'll be neat. I don't know, his videos and his format of doing stuff was really nice and relaxing. It was enthusiastic, relaxing, and kind of informative at a base level, because I remember him saying, like, he did Gunpla, but he didn't do it to the point where he was going absolutely crazy with the customization stuff, but he did enjoy, like, starting out doing panel lines and then kind of branching out and doing a little bit of recolors. Yeah, he's cool in that he applied. He applied to Hobby Link Japan and got the job. But before that, it's the whole thing of he was just a like your average guy that did Gunpla. Wasn't any like really hardcore enthusiast that did like loads of specialist stuff to get the kids ready. Just your like bare basics, which is a really nice, appealing sort of thing for his channel. It's like not going in and turning around and being like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and taking like a couple of months to do a video or whatever, or a kit. It's like, yeah, I've got to get this review done now so everybody can see it. So I panel lined it, I've put in a little bit of effort. This is as much as I actually like to put in. Away you go. I'd actually like to see what his collection's like now as well, because he collected mainline protagonist suits, if I remember rightly. It'd be interesting to see like if he's kept that up. Oh, come on. By the way, I hope the audio balancing is fine. Like the music's not too loud. File that top bit down a little bit there. Audio is good, says X-Ram. Thank you very much, sir. Hope everyone else is enjoying this at the moment. We've been going for what? 37 minutes now? The thing is, the reason why the legs take so long, apart from the fact that they have rounded surfaces that I really want to get smooth, is the whole deal with how many parts are normally in the legs. You know, there's normally tons. I noticed that with the Blue Destiny Unit 1 the other day. There are absolutely tons of parts in the legs. These nubs are coming off nice enough. I just wish they didn't make so many marks on the plastic, you know. I'll never forget Robert filmed himself before and after watching the 00 movie. Oh god, yeah, I remember that, where he was really enthusiastic about it, and then he came back and he's like, yeah, I really enjoyed this. And then did reviews for all the kids. That was really fun. He stopped after Age, if I remember rightly? Like before Build Divers? It'd be interesting if we could get like Robert's take on build fights and Build Divers. Actually, no wait, I might be wrong there. Unless I'm thinking somebody else, I think he might have actually done... Did he do Build Fighters? Or did he start working on Build Fighters kits? I think he might have done. Yeah, I think I might be wrong there, and he did some Build Fighters kits. I think he stopped after. And the music's paused. Oh, stupid YouTube. I hate the way YouTube does that now, where it automatically pauses stuff in a playlist. It's like, why? Why? just keep playing. I'll pause it if I need to myself. You know. Really stupid. Nope, I'm just gonna put that there for a moment, blow my nose. I remember in the video when he's coming out of the theatre, there's a little girl crying. I always wonder why. Huh. I don't remember that. Right, let's take these off for a moment. Put that on the floor. Okay. Like off screen here doing stuff. This probably sounds weird. I used to joke she didn't like the movies as eggs ram. Right, let's try this, shall we? See how this comes out. Regarding build fighters, I believe you're correct. I swear I remember him covering build fighters, just the standard one now. Here's where I find out I'm totally wrong and I made it up or something, and then I'm like, wait, what? There's some like crazy fever dream or whatever. Because it was around the time that Tokuja came out. I think he did reviews for the strike. The build strike. The build strike full package. I think the Zaku Amazing? I can't remember. I think he might have done one for the crossbow neck, the crossbow Mao, or just the Gundam X Mao. Because that was like what, 2016, I think. Or was it before then? When was Build Fighters? I really shouldn't ask this just in case, because it's gonna be crazy. But when was Build Fighters out? Like, does anyone remember or have the info? I just checked, he did a few reviews. How long ago was that X-Ram? Just wondering for the sake of curiosity. It was 2014. Oh god. That's like 6 years ago. Jesus. That was like... That was a year after I'd started living in the other place, in the small flat that we had. Because I remember getting the Build Fighters tri-kits afterwards. Let's see, I think we're good here now. Honestly, I'm kind of scared about how time has flown since then, you know. You say that when you get older, time tends to go faster because you're not learning as much. And sometimes, yeah, I believe that's right, because it's kind of scary. One day you're waking up and it's like January the 1st, the beginning of the year, and then next thing you know, it's like 3 years later and you're like, wait, what? The Build Strike Master Grade is one of his last reviews. Oof. Ooh, come on now. Loads of flat surfaces here. I get hit with a heavy sense of time dilation every time I remember that Gundam 00 was over 10 years ago. 00 was 2007, 2008, I believe, because I was in university. But yeah, the perception of time flow is really weird. I got a couple of like little hacks for slowing time down, or at least the perception of it, but it's always an interesting conversation to have with people and an interesting thought-provoking thing where you kind of you sit there for a while and you just think of how time is affected by what you do, and everybody else has a different perception of it, so it can be moving fast for you and slow for somebody else. There's no sort of, from what I can tell at least, there's no sort of overall experience of people, like a group of people that says, look, everything is moving real fast today on the same day that you're experiencing it. But yeah, 00 was, I believe, 2007, because it might have been 2007, 2008, 2008, 2009 roughly, because of me being in uni, because I remember watching it with one of my friends, because I remember every time it was on, we'd come in and we'd be like, oh, check it out, what's going on? And I remember, because I remember talking about it and saying how awesome a show it was, and I remember him saying he liked Tierio and the Virtue. The concept of time is an interesting conversation, especially when it comes to remembering certain things, like when something's come out. Like personally, you can feel like you're stuck in one period of time because of the things that you like or whatever. Like, I don't think I've changed what I actually like in ages. I'm just incredibly picky now. So honestly, I still feel like I'm in the period of time between roughly about 2007 and 2013. And the reason why I say that is because, like, that was when all my favourite things came out. So I had, like, Gundam 00 for shows, I think Code Geass as well, and Gurren Lagann, and then game-wise we had Bayonetta, Alien vs Predator the remake, Bad Company 2, I think Metal Gear Rising at some point later down the line. Trying to remember some of the other games I really enjoyed. Halo 3. So many games came out, and I'm just mentioning the ones I can remember off the top of my head real quick. So many games, so much media has been consumed within that period of time. I just feel like I'm stuck in that kind of time period, because most of the stuff I enjoyed, like really enjoyed, is from that time period, including like music and things. So it's crazy. It's crazy to think it's been so long. The worst part though about that kind of thing is if you suffer from depression, and this is just a quick deviation, if you suffer from depression, it tends to hit you real hard when you start thinking about that kind of thing. So I try not thinking about that stuff when I'm feeling pretty down. Anyway, we'll get off that conversation, because otherwise Susan will probably wreck me for the certain keywords that a crazy algorithm can pick up on. Big tech is just scary and I absolutely hate it. We're doing alright at the moment. Let's remember how good it is, not how old it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel like a lot of stuff from around that time period is absolutely fantastic in terms of like media. Like most of the video games peaked around about then, like at the time anyway. So you had, for instance, Halo 3 was absolutely fantastic, and we've never seen a game that's been as good or widely celebrated because it was one of the biggest video game launches. Then you had Grand Theft Auto 4, which was another really, really good game. Bad Company 2, EA has never been able to satisfy fans by making another Battlefield game that is as good as that. And then they're constantly quoted as saying, like, we don't understand what made it good. It's like, how? How can you not know what made it good? You made it, you know. You can have some semblance of what made it good. The only thing that I don't think peaked in terms of how good it was Mass Effect. Like, Mass Effect I think peaked at 2, but not the third one. The third one had all that controversy surrounding it. Multiple Star Wars games, yes. That was around the time Force Awakens. Sorry, Force Awakens. Freaking Force Unleashed, sorry. Force Unleashed came out around then. Like, if you want to go back even further, just a little bit, to about 2004, 2005 era, we had Republic Commando, Burnout 3, Burnout Revenge. We just come off the back of Halo 2, so this is when the Xbox was just about heading out. I'm trying to remember what was on PlayStation at the time that would have been good. GameCube had all the usual deals. You had like all the Metroid Prime games, like Metroid Prime 1 and 2 were out. Trying to remember what was out. Force Unleashed on the DS. I didn't actually remember it being on the DS. I remember somebody brought it in to play when we were doing research for games in uni on the 360, but that was about it, because it was funny. Most of the stuff I did when I was doing games design, it was like, you know, if you want to do research on games and stuff like for 3D and art and design, just go out and play them. That'll be your research. So believe me when I said I spent a lot of time doing so-called research, in air quotes. It was the worst verse as exam. Oof. That nub I can't get because of how it is. I'm gonna have to knife it and then try filing it. That's the bottom of the foot though, by the look of it. Ooh. I'm actually kind of glad though that games have got to the point where you have to be picky with them, and some of them aren't that good anymore. Primarily because it saves money. Like, I remember around that time period, like I was mentioning before, of around, I'm going to say around 2007 till 2013, I went through multiple years where I would be buying absolutely tons of games, and it was going on like between 5 and 10 games a year at asking price, you know, like when they first come out, or collector's editions and stuff. It was absolute insanity. I was going through that much money. I remember just complaining all the time I had no money. I was shocking on her while you were having fun with your research as exam. research was fun, just turning around and playing an absolute ton of games. But yeah, the years where I had like no money because there were just so many good games coming out, like back to back almost. Like I remember, I think it was February, around about February, like January through to March 2011 being absolute insanity for games. Because if I remember rightly, it was like Army of Two came out, the sequel, that to the original one. Then there was Bad Company 2, Bayonetta, and Alien vs Predator within the space of about 3 months, I think. And if you're buying all of them at asking price, it was absolute insanity. Exam says, that sounded weird without context. I studied at barber's school. Oh, nice. Yeah, how times have changed. Did you play Colonial Marines? Unfortunately, yeah, when that came out, me and Sean and Stu were hyped for it. I'd been hyped for Colonial Marines since 2006 when I saw it in a PlayStation magazine where people were talking about it and saying that it was in development. It comes out, me and Sean and Stu hop on it with Jen. It is a 4-player co-op game, and yeah, I wasn't particularly happy. The worst part is Sean got it me for my birthday because I was so hyped about it. It came out around about I think it was February. So yeah, he gets it for my birthday. We go into town, we pick the game up, take it home, we play it, and let's just say this. There's a reason why when people ask me in interviews for video game companies what my worst game is, I say Colonial Marines. I cannot stop ranting about Colonial Marines when I get started sometimes. It's like, Dave, why do you not like Colonial Marines? You know, what's your deal with it? It's like, it's obviously one of the worst games that people have ever put out on launch, and to think that it would actually just fly by and nobody would complain about it is an insult to the customer. You're basically insulting your audience by putting out that game. And the worst part is when you get to the end and it puts it on a cliffhanger and then says, oh, it's okay, it's based on real canon, that is totally fine, so it's part of the actual Aliens universe and it's an official part of the story. You know, like, they expect it to be official, kind of like the films. No, get out of here. Get out of here, Randy. Another problem with that is the fact that it was done by Gearbox, and Gearbox have not done any good games at all. Like, the Halo port was terrible. I thought it was good when I was a kid, and I hadn't done, like, years of QA in video games. But the Halo port is terrible. They did Colonial Marines, they did Borderlands. They've done a load of stuff, and it's all been pretty bad. They should have stuck to just making expansion packs for games. Like when they were doing Opposing Forces and Blue Shift for Half-Life. At least Opposing Forces was somewhat decent. Blue Shift was just kind of like, it's okay, I suppose. Yeah, Colonial Marines, man. Ugh. Terrible. Terrible game. Did you ever get Alien Infestation on the DS? To be honest, I haven't got it, but I've seen it. I've seen videos of it, and it really does seem interesting. The fact that you can just kind of do missions and lose characters like to permadeath is crazy. And you have a fight with, what is it, an infested engineer? Or just a normal engineer? Yeah, it's Metroidvania. Metroidvania exploration. But in the Aliens universe. All the gameplay videos of it look so good. I actually wanted to get an ISO or a ROM of it at some point and try playing it on stream, but of course, then Nintendo stepped in and completely wrecked MU Paradise. Because Big Daddy Nintendo hates emulation. Because everybody else can play the games much higher resolution and better than them. That's why nobody likes 3D All-Stars at the moment. Like the new one that they released, the celebration version, because they messed around with a lot of stuff. And it's basically just glorified emulation. And even then, you can still play stuff like Mario 64 on PC a lot better because of the leaked code. Okay. I'm doing alright with this toe cap here at the moment. Let's have a look at this. The back was the worst nub here, because it left one hell of a mark. But I think I might be able to get away with it. Run my finger across that, run my nail across it. There's not too much to it now. There's a bit of marking, but no, I figure I can paint over it and it'll be good. Because the mark on that was terrible. Exam says the ROMs are just scattered around the internet now. It's like the Dragon Balls. They've just sort of dispersed all the way around the internet. Have to be careful looking for them, yeah, because there's so many virus sites, you know, where it's like, oh, I'm going to download this next minute. You have 50 billion viruses. No virus software will save you now. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off the legs tonight and then call it. I'm not exactly overdoing it, but I am feeling a bit sort of, not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little bit painful, so after this I'm gonna be dunking my hands in some warm water, see if that helps. Normally it does. This week I'm gonna try and ring the doctors about a couple of things, namely my eyes and my hands, because all my joints are aching. I don't know whether that's a really bad sign or not, and the focus on my eyes is going, so I don't know whether my eyes have gone worse or not. First they came from my skin condition, then first they came from my skin, then they came from my arms, then they came from my hands, and now my eyes. What more do you want from me? If I lose my eyes, that's gonna be terrible. I don't mind my hands being a bit messed up, but I'd rather them not be. But yeah, it's like I was saying the other day, when you try and search up anything online, it's always bad. Like, for instance, there's the whole thing about Google, you know, it's like, Google, I have this minor problem, next minute, you've got cancer. Google always does that. But yeah, it's like whenever you search up anything for hands, it always immediately goes to arthritis, and I'm like, I swear I don't have arthritis. Could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I guess I'll find out. I wonder how they do checks for that. The one thing is, if I can't play video games anymore, I'd at least like to still do videos and do like model kits and things. That'd be interesting for me. But yeah, at the moment it's like just across there on the underside of my hand is absolutely killing. It's really warm. I don't know why. It's the same on this side, but only a little bit there. So I wonder what's going on there, because it's weird. Oh, dropping stuff again here. Yeah, I've only got a couple of parts to finish off now and then we're done, so this has taken me an hour? Jesus. Joint inflammation, says Exram? I mean, it could be. It doesn't look like, if I was to take these compression gloves off, it doesn't look as though it's swollen or anything, and sometimes they feel warm, but not too warm. Like the other day I tried feeling them and they were pretty cold, to be honest, so it's hard to nail down what it is, so it's best going to the doctor. Problem is because of the virus. And remember, I've got to say it like that just for the sake of comedic effect, because of how everybody's being incredibly dramatic over the whole deal with it at the moment, especially with YouTube. That's why I've referenced it as the virus. Because of that, it's not easy going anywhere. Right. This is the heel, I think. These knobs, man, seriously, they're really annoying. I'm there trying to get everything nice and smooth, and these knobs are like, nah, we're good. I'm just gonna make everything a mess. Let's try and cut the plastic this way. I know I've said previously don't cut towards yourself, but the way that this is, it's better smoothing it out by cutting towards me and just being in control of it a little bit. Okay, now I just need to file that down. Filing everything down a lot and then going over it later with some layers of paint and stuff should help a lot of this at the moment. Just kind of hit it with the primer, hit it with the base coat, then go over it with weathering, and hopefully eventually everything will look very good. Sometimes cutting inwards is unavoidable. Yeah, it's awkward. The thing is, like, as long as you feel and kind of understand that how much control you have, then it's not too bad. You know, it's just a case of taking it nice and easy, not forcing the blade and just trying to lightly do something. Like, if you've seen me before, like, if I feel like I'm doing this and everything's kind of like really crazy and I look like I'm trying to force something, well, normally I just take it away and I'm just like, right, I'll just either nip something off and file it down like crazy, or I'll try a different approach, because you don't want to be doing this kind of thing and then just go like that towards yourself, you know. These parts look absolutely terrible at the moment without finishing them up by you know, like going over them with water to clean them off. Will look better later on though when I actually go around to doing that. Just trying to make this all look a little bit even. You can control your strength with a small knife, but don't try it with anything any bigger. Oh god, yeah. Okay. This is going fine so far. One time I cut my toe with a machete for cutting inwards, says Exam. Jeez. The heck did you have a machete for, if you don't mind me asking? These ankle bits are more or less done right now. I used to live in a tropical environment. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Sorry, Exram. I think it's like the first time I've ever heard of someone owning a machete and then just being like, yeah, so I practically cut myself with a machete once. Wait, what? Okay. So that is... Everyone owns a machete there. Fair enough. That's that done. It's very, I think you might be able to see it on the plastic though. There's a load of dust and everything off this on there. It's making it look cloudy. But it's, like I said, when I give it a wipe down with water and stuff, it's going to be nice and cleaned up. That's the one thing that I'm going to do before I paint all of these, like I've said before, is make sure I give them a wipe down. Be very thorough with these kits so I really treat them nicely and the best way I can so that I can get the best out of this quality wise. I figure if I want to make this look the absolute best it can, best thing to do is just put in lots of effort and take a lot of care with it, which is why these videos might be a bit sporadic with how they come out. Like, I'm not trying to rush them or anything. It's more the whole thing of I'm just doing the ones I have at the moment, and then when I get the other ones eventually, whenever they arrive, then I'll be doing those as well. What I could always do is start getting the paint in and getting that ready for these kits in particular, so that I can start doing these in order, or in some sort of order. Because the Easy 8 was the first one that was done. The BD1's ready to go, and this one's ready to go, almost. Oop. Come on now. There we go. Can't wait to see this when it's done, to be honest. I want to try and put as much effort into this as possible. I just feel like if I do that and it comes out looking great, well then I think I'll be the only guy that plays GBO to have actually done something like this to celebrate the people that he plays with. Because playing GBO has definitely taken me back to like my my Halo 3 days and beyond, where I used to play in a clan. Like I've had clans since Halo 1, but some of the best times I've had have been in like clan matches in Halo 1 and Halo 3, and takes me back to then. So good. So to do something like this for once, to actually celebrate and remember that kind of stuff, really nice. Have you thought of what you're going to use for the diorama, like what materials? To be honest, no, I haven't at the moment. For like rocks and things, I'm going to actually use proper rocks. I've been looking at like model train books, because my dad likes model trains and other different, you know, like real scale models, like cars, trains, planes, things like that. And the books that he has show like how to do terrain and trees and other things in sort of miniature scale, so I'm hoping I can use that kind of experience in those books and just look at them and be like, okay, I'll replicate this. Hopefully it'll come out nice. So we get to see, there'll probably be a couple of retakes, but as long as I get the mobile suits right, the rest should fall in line, you know. pelvis here. We've only got 3 parts left. The front of the pelvis where the armor attaches to, and then just the 2 kneecaps, and then we're done with the legs for tonight. Okay. What's left on the Gyan? After the legs are done, because that was a lot of parts, the arms I think are going to be the second most annoying thing to do, because let's put the work in progress bag over here. So we've got the knees here, this is the front of the pelvis, we've got what looks like a little bit maybe the back of the legs, the head, the hands, and then the rest. There is like the shoulders, the arms, and the torso. The backpack's in there, and the joints as well. So the runners are made up of lots of larger pieces. So it's not actually like the other kits where they've had a lot of individual small pieces that have been a crazy nightmare and felt like I was assembling something that was taking absolutely forever. Because to be honest, the BD1 felt like it was going crazy compared to the Easy 8 build. Like the Easy 8 build felt relatively familiar and easy because I've done the no pun intended by the way, because of me doing the ground Gundam originally, like the 1.0 ground Gundam. No, not the remake. So yeah. Rest of the kit to go, and hopefully it should go nice and smoothly. The good ground Gundam. I think the redo of it, you know, the 2.0 looks pretty good because of the color separation on the vents rather than using stickers. That's the one thing that I kind of hated about the 1.0 was the stickers for the vent. I don't know whether I colour separated that or not, like whether I used paint on it or whether I used the stickers. You have to go back and have a look at it when I get it out of storage. Pros and cons. Yeah, it was one of the first kits I got in order of what kits I got when I was first starting, when I was watching Robert's stuff. I think it was the God Gundam and the new Gundam were pretty much the first ones I got. I think it was the God Gundam I did first. I know the new Gundam was pretty close. It was like the God Gundam, the new Gundam, and the ground Gundam were the first 3 kits I did in high grade scale. And I really, really enjoyed all 3 of them. The Revive has better colour accuracy, but the engineering is weird. To be honest, it'd be cool to get the real grade new now to replace the high grade new in the cabinet, because the real grade new looks so good, and so does the high new. It's a case of what do I do? Do I get the new Gundam to replace the old high grade new Gundam, or do I just go all in on the high new instead? Honestly, I think I might just get the new. It's the same with like the crossbone, because I've got so many variants of the high grade crossbone that are all really good, but it's like that real grade crossbone does look nice as well, and I've been on about it for ages. I might be able, by the looks of this, to kind of jerry-rig one of the runners together to hold this securely. Give me a moment. First Gunpla I did was the HGUC Granddaddy. Ooh, nice. The music has suddenly died because of YouTube. Let's try and change the music here a little bit. Ah, well, that's for 10 hours. Jesus Christ. Okay, there we go. Do you own the real great crossbow? No, not yet. Not yet. Big emphasis on yet. Now what I'm going to do here is I think I might jerry-rig this. Not that though, because that is a bit awkward. Let's try this right. If I take this bit, plastic, yeah. It's because there's plastic on my plastic powder on my gloves, and then I've just covered my mouth with it and huffed a bunch of plastic. Brilliant. Now if we take this runner, you like General Grievous with crossbones as Eggsram. I'm not going to deny that. Can I? There we go. There we go. So the runner, the leftover bit of the runner that I've got here, I used that to hold on to it, so it's a little bit easier to file instead of going all crazy with my big hands. So as long as it doesn't fall off here, I'm pretty fine. So I'll just go keep hold of it a little bit. But yeah, improvisation. Use anything you can to get a hold of this thing a little bit easier. God, I love this version of the music. I'm gonna have to do like a playlist for when I'm doing Gunpla and just put it on and just be like, there we go. So much easier being able to grab the runner here. Gunpla's freedom, being creative in the build process is part of the experience. I mean, it's a lot easier being able to just kind of lean it against my finger to balance the part, and then just be able to grab the actual runner that's sticking out to you know, file it down a little bit easier. I think my file might be running out here, or it's the plastic, because I'm not feeling it file down stuff is easy now. I might be coming to the end, boys. Okay. Now if I just twist that, there we go. It comes out of the peg hole. It's not damaged anything, and everything is nice and smooth. Just quickly go over that. Oh no. Oh, where did that go? That shot out of my hand there and went somewhere over here, but it didn't hit the floor. I think I got lucky. Guys, I got lucky on stream. Oh my god. Oh my god. That shot out and hit the box and went in the box. Oh my god, I had a heart attack then. Like, I honestly thought I'd lost that. The freaking kneecap. Oh. Because I have the other box here. What happened was I was holding it and it just went that way, hit the box and went inside there, and I could hear it. I'm gonna take the headset off for a second just in case so I can hear the other one. Once I'm done with the other one, I can put that in and hopefully it won't shoot off somewhere else, because that would be an absolute nightmare at the moment. There we go. secure it on there pretty tight. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Hopefully it won't go anywhere when I'm finished with the build. Or rather when I'm finished cleaning the part up. Nugs will prevent it from flying away. I mean, I hope he does. It's his suit, you know. Seriously, if I lost the part on stream, it's absolutely terrified now. If I lost the part on stream, that would be an absolute nightmare, especially after we turned around the other day and being like, oh yeah, I hate losing parts, I've not lost one in ages. Basically jinx myself, you know. Come on, I'm like having a heart attack here now. Okay, there we go, that's cleaned up, that's cleaned up. Just need this one little bit. I'm half tempted to avoid losing this, to put the part in the bag first and then take the rod or the runner out of the bag so it's already in there. You didn't jinx yourself, says Eggs Ram. I mean, I'm hoping it's not gonna happen, because if it does happen, I've jinxed myself. Come on now, just I don't want to be going too crazy with the file here. Okay. I think we're good. Let's just take a look at this off camera for a moment. Okay. Off camera, it's got some markings from the filing, yeah, but that's to be expected, you know, when I'm going over different surfaces. Paint should clear that up, so let's not make the same mistake twice. Right, it's on the runner here. I don't want to lose it. It's a small part, so instead I'm gonna put it inside the bag as if it was a bag of sherbet. There we go. And then just remove the runner and put it in the bag. So I might actually keep that runner for the same reasons. So looking back at this, what did we do? Well, we got quite a bit done. We've got a D2 runner that only has the saber on it, which, I mean, I'll probably do next stream, whenever that is, because I need to separate stuff and get stuff done easy. And the saber was something that could be done really easy. I could do it now, but I want to kind of end it there. We've got the torso and we've got the torso, parts of the torso anyway, and the wrists here. And then, well, it looks like the wrists anyway, I could be wrong. And then let's have a look here. We got the backpack that's in the box and a bunch of inner frame parts, and then specifically here we've got the interior of the torso, what looks like parts for the legs, I could be wrong. The waist section, what looks like the back of the thighs there, so there might be other bits to still go back in the legs bag. And then we've got the arms, the shoulders, I think bits of the shoulders again. The head's over here. So we're doing good. Oh, so much plastic that's just all over here at the moment. Oh, it's getting on my chest. I'm gonna have to grab a drink now and wash my hands. But yeah, that's most of the parts for the legs in there now. And the other bag is open apparently. Make sure this one's sealed. This other bag is most of the parts for the shield. There's another 3 that have the hand section in it. No, like the handle. Yeah, that's a lot of parts for the legs. I know, right? A lot of parts. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to take leave now and give these little digits a rest. I hope you've enjoyed. It's been fun as always. Thank you very much to anybody that's been in chat or watches. Thanks to everyone that's left a like on the video because it obviously helps the channel. And I'll see you on the next one for more relaxing music and laughs and some more Gunpla. So yeah, thank you very much and take care. Bye.